Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. About 6 months ago, Mark and Kara were both up late doing their laundry when they started talking in the laundry room of their apartment complex. Both of them went to the local college part-time and worked part-time. Mark, who was 19, was in his first year of college and worked part-time as a clerk at a store. Kara, who was 21, was in her third year and finishing up as a waitress, also worked part-time. Kara had seen Mark in the school library and where he worked. Mark's appearance has always been interesting to Kara. She looked at him and noticed that he had long, dark hair, a thin build, strikingly delicate features, and a shy, slightly girly way about him. He was very different from the drunks she had to deal with when she worked at the cozy lounge near campus. In the same way, Mark seemed to be drawn to Kara's strong personality. On top of that, she was a beautiful woman on her own. She is tall and has short, curly chestnut hair. Kara decided to make an effort to get to know Mark in the end. She saw that he did his laundry late at night quite often. Kara asked Mark out on a date after they met by chance in the laundry room. When they started dating, she didn't say much about how pretty he was at first, but soon she did. She said that she liked his long, soft hair and how gentle he was. Mark always handled things well. He would blush and tell her he was used to it. The two people got closer quickly. Mark liked how well-traveled Kara was, and Kara loved how sweet Mark was. Kara especially liked that Mark never fought her when she was the one in charge and seemed to listen to her fashion advice. She recently persuaded him to get his ears pierced and have his long hair cut in layers. Mark didn't know that Kara was leading him to a special day when he would have to answer for himself. Mark was sitting in front of Kara at her apartment on a rainy Saturday morning. Kara said, "Mark," in a sweet voice as she ran a brush slowly through Mark's long hair. "Yes," Mark said in a bit of a daze. "Do you remember last month when I asked you if you wanted me to curl your hair and make you look beautiful?" "Yes," cautiously replied Mark. Kara said as she continued to brush Mark's hair, "From what I remember, you finally said you'd let me do it on some rainy day." "Well, yes, but I didn't think you really meant it," Mark said nervously, hoping to stop Kara from being so curious. "Are you kidding me? I've been bugging you about styling your hair for months. You have hair that most girls would die for," replied Kara, playfully grabbing Mark's hair and bunching it on top of his head. "I just know I can make you even more gorgeous." "I don't think that's likely," Mark quickly replied, blushing. "I think that sounds like a challenge. Hey, I really didn't mean it that way. A promise is a promise no matter what. It's a rainy Saturday, and you did say you'd let me curl your hair and make you look beautiful on a rainy day." "Okay," Mark said with a groan. "Let's go. This time I won't take no for an answer." Kara stood over Mark and put out her hand to help him up. Mark took her hand and stood next to her. They were about the same height, which didn't escape Kara's notice. "This will be so much fun," Mark shuddered. As Kara told him, Mark went to the bathroom and took a shower and washed his hair. While he was putting conditioner on his hair after shampooing, Kara tried one of her ideas. "Oh, Mark, dear, try this body gel," she said. "It will make your skin so soft." "Okay," Mark said. Kara took Mark's hand and poured some into his palm. Kara told her, "Make sure you get enough on your legs, arms, chest, and underarms." "Why? You'll see," Kara laughed. Mark put the gel on by accident. Soon he was rinsing the conditioner out of his hair and letting the water rinse the rest of his body. When he turned his head to rinse the back of his head, he saw a stream of fine hair going down the drain. "What is this, Kara?" "Oh, that's just all that body hair that keeps your skin from being soft like I want it to be," Kara beamed. "For crying out loud. I was fooled," whimpered Mark. "Don't ruin everything. All of this is for the best. You'll see." As Mark got out of the shower, Kara held out a big towel. After he dried off, she helped him put on a robe and put on scented lotion all over his body. Mark put the pink satin robe in front of her and said, "This is your robe. It's much better for today, my dear." Kara took Mark's hand and led him to a chair in front of the bathroom mirror. On the chair was a pair of pink pants with lace trim. Mark looked at Kara and asked, "You've thought this through, haven't you?" Kara just giggled and said, "Put them on and go with the flow. It'll be fun, you'll see." Kara watched as Mark slipped into it, somewhat surprised at how easily her game was going. If it was going to be this easy, she thought, I might as well go for it, Mark asked. "It's a special setting gel for hair that doesn't hold curls well. The salon gave it to me. I wasn't sure if your hair would hold a curl well, so this is just a safety measure." "I want your hair to be nice and curly," Kara said as she combed the gel through Mark's hair. Carefully, she worked the gel into his hair until she was sure it was well saturated, as the beautician at the salon had told her to do. She giggled to herself as she combed his hair, since the shoulder-length layers he had recently gotten made it perfect for the style she had in mind. Finally, Kara said it. Mark felt weird, just like he had in the past when girls did his hair. "Wow, I look and feel very strange." "What's next?" Mark asked. "Well, let's see. Your hair will take hours to dry, so let's see how you'd look with some makeup on." "Makeup," Mark protested. "You've never said a word about makeup." "I sure did. What did you think I meant when I said I'd make you beautiful? You don't look beautiful yet, do you? You just said you look strange." "Well, no," Mark said in a weak voice. "Then be quiet and do what you're told." Kara moved the curler bin out of the way, got out her makeup kit. Everything she took out for Mark was brand new, so it was clear that she had bought a few things recently. Mark's heart started to beat faster as Kara put on his face mascara, eyeliner, eyeshadows, lipstick, and foundation. She slowly changed Mark's face by being very careful and asking him to sit still a lot. Mark's little bit of facial hair was hidden by a foundation with a natural tone. His eyes really stood out when he put on eyeliner, mascara, and mauve eyeshadow. Kara is a perfectionist, so she even tweezed Mark's eyebrows a little to give them a more feminine shape and make them a little thinner. Mark's new look was finished off with a bright red lipstick. While Mark looked in the mirror and I couldn't believe what he saw Kara reach for a bottle of nail polish. "What are you up to right now?" he yelled. "Look, if you wear lipstick, you have to have nail polish." "Mark, you really have a lot to learn," Kara said with a sarcastic roll of her eyes. Then she filed Mark's nails and added small extensions. When his nails were ready, she painted them a bright red to match his lipstick. After the second coat, she told him to sit still while his nails dried. Kara asked, "How are you doing in there?" Mark answered nervously, "I guess I'm fine." "What's wrong, sweetie?" asked Kara, hearing Mark's nervous tone. "I just don't want anyone to know about this, that's all." "Oh, don't be such a nervous wreck," Mark said. "Nobody will find out, I promise." "Well, your nails should be dry, but let me check your hair. This is taking longer than I thought," she said. "Your hair is far from being dry. Well, I don't have a hairdryer, so there are two things you can do." Kara said, "You can either sit there and use the blow dryer, which will take a long time, or you can just let your hair dry naturally for a few more hours." Mark asked in a soft voice. "I know I don't want to sit here with your hair dryer, but what am I going to do for the next 2 hours?" The phone rang before Kara could answer. When Kara picked up the phone, she said, "Hello?" "Oh, no, I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll have to meet you there." Kara said, "I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. Okay, 30 minutes will do. See you there?" And then she put down the phone. Mark was scared and asked, "What's going on?" "I forgot that I was supposed to meet Sue and Julie at the gym today. This is the second time I've forgotten. If I don't leave, she won't talk to me again." "But what about me?" "Oh, we can come up with something," Kara said quickly. Mark paced nervously around Kara's room as he watched her think while she stood still. She smiled all of a sudden. "I know, why don't we have you do what most women do when they are stuck in curlers all day?" "And what is that?" Mark asked in a scared voice. "Of course, you idiot! Housework!" yelled Mark. "Yes, we'll just put you in a little Susie homemaker outfit, and you can do housework for the next few hours while your hair dries and I go to the gym. It's perfect. I have the perfect dress for you, too." "Oh, for crying out loud, Kara," Mark complained. "Don't start, Mark. I don't have time for your whining right now. Just do what I say and it'll be fine." Mark did as he was told and watched as Kara started pulling out of her drawers. A beige lacy pants and matching frilly lacy top fell on the bed. Then a garter belt and tan nylons fell on top of them. Mark was shocked and confused as Kara kept throwing things on the bed. "Don't just stand there. Put them on. I have to go." Mark did what he was told without making a fuss. Kara kept digging around in her closet. She yelled, "Here it is!" She then came out of the closet, holding a dress from a long time ago. The dress was off-white and had pretty flower patterns on it. It had a small waist and a full skirt that made it look like an hourglass. "This was my aunt's. She was going to throw it away, but I saved it. It looks like something from the 1950s with the little collar and full skirt, just like all the housewives on the old TV shows. I love it. It'll look so pretty on you. Here, try it on," Kara said, smiling proudly and holding out the dress to Mark. Mark picked up the dress and put it on. Kara zipped up the back and tied the belt right away. Mark gasped as she tightened the belt to make his shape look better. Kara said, "That is so cool looking." "God, you also have great legs," Kara said, admiring the way Mark's skirt ended just above his knees. Kara told Mark, "Here, put these heels on," and gave him a pair of 3-inch high heels that matched. Mark did what she said, put on the shoes, and stood in front of a happy Kara. Mark said sarcastically, "So this is what I'm going to wear to do housework?" "Well, not quite. We need to add one more thing." Kara opened another dresser drawer and took out a white lace apron. She gave it to Mark while holding it up. "Ta-da, the coup de grace, as they say," said Kara as she tied the apron around Mark's waist, which now looked very small. Kara laughed and said, "Now you're all set, Suze, or should we call you Marcy?" Even though he felt like Kara was making fun of him, Mark couldn't help but smile when she laughed. "Don't worry, dear. There's a basket of clothes to iron over there, and the furniture polish, feather duster, and vacuum are all in the closet in the hallway. That should keep you busy for a couple of hours, Marcy," Kara said with a laugh. Kara quickly grabbed her gym bag, put her workout clothes in it, and ran out the door. She said, "Oh God, look at the time. I only have 5 minutes to get to the gym. I have to run." Kara laughed as she ran out the door. "See you later, sweetie, and have fun." Mark just stood still in Kara's room. He looked at himself for the first time in a real way in her vanity mirror. His thoughts went off again. He was surprised. In just a few hours, Kara had turned him into a cute little housewife. He did look like he was in a TV show from the 1950s, and he didn't even say much when she did it. He didn't know how to say no, and she knew it. Was it because of her, or did he really want to dress up again but didn't want to show it? He still wanted to know what was going on. It was so hard to understand. He still hadn't gotten over the time in high school when he was tricked into wearing a prom gown. What a shame that was. But he also knew that he liked the way that prom dress felt and rustled when he walked down the stairs in front of everyone. He just couldn't admit it to himself. And what about the other times girls did similar things? Girls were always interested in his long hair. Mark then did a back-and-forth spin, which made the skirt rise and fall to each side. He liked the way it made him feel. He wondered what would happen to his hair when Kara took the curlers out. Mark woke up from his daydreaming all of a sudden. He decided he should just do the housework. He went to the closet in the hallway to get the vacuum cleaner. Kara left the parking lot in a hurry. She saw what looked like Sue's car as she drove down the street to the gym. No, she thought, it couldn't be. Someone else was in the car, and it wasn't Julie either. They agreed to meet where, at the gym or at her place. Kara's memory went blank all of a sudden. When she got to the gym parking lot, she looked for Sue's car right away. She then went to the gym because she didn't see her. "Seen Sue?" Kara asked the person at the door. "Didn't she just leave to look for you?" "Oh God, no, they are going to find Mark." Thanks for watching. Check out Patreon if you want to have early access to the other parts. If not, it will be online in a couple of days.